This is Entertainment Weekly's coverage of Comic-Con 2017. I am Kyle Anderson, now joined by the cast and director of the forthcoming film Blade Runner 2049 in theaters October 6th. I'm so excited. Like, October 6th cannot come fast enough for me. And neither for Harrison Ford.
A little bit too fast for me.
And there's still things that need to be ironed out.
No, we are. I'm not supposed to be here right now. I should be with my crew. We are still doing the movie. We are doing the sound right now, and the VFX are not finished. It's like.
So you're deeply irresponsible then. That's disappointing. Ryan, I want to start with you. What is it about the world of Blade Runner that brought you into it? That made you think, well, I'm gonna play this guy in this world?
Honestly, there were so many. I mean, between getting a chance to work with Harrison or Denis or all of the actors, it was just an incredible opportunity, and it's obviously such an iconic film. But more than that, it's like as a fan, I was just excited that there was going to be a sequel because I wanted to know what happened next, and so to be invited to be a part of telling that story was too good to be true. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Approved.
Yeah.
I like that.
And for you, Harrison, is Deckard a character that you have is sort of always with you, or did you really need to kind of relearn who this guy is to make this movie?
No, I didn't think that I had to relearn who he was. I was, of course, I watched the earlier version of the film to remind myself of all of its ducks and dives. It's a complicated movie, but the thing that attracted me to this particular project was that the character was brought to a place that to me made sense, and that had an emotional underpinning, that something that I always look for in a role, and so I thought it was a great script, and I'm very pleased.
Denis, you've said in the past that you called this your toughest shoot to date. Any reason in particular? Was it just the sheer scope of what you were trying to do?
No, it's the scope. It's like the every day had its own technical challenges. So usually when the movie I've done before, there was like 2 or 3 scenes that you knew that would be more tricky technically, but this one, it was like on every day there was the huge challenges from a technical point of view. And it's like, and the days there was more. It was a longer shoot that I ever had in the past. I mean, it was like 105 days of shooting. So for the audience, maybe it means nothing, but for me as a director, it was like making 3 movies in a row. So it was like I learned during this experience what the word stamina means. It's like that's what I would say.
Ryan, what was the level of difficulty for you? Like, did that sort of carry over to the cast? That sort of intensity on a day-to-day basis?
I don't know that anyone had the pressure on their shoulders that Denis had, but he set such an incredible tone on set, and the environment was such that even though that we were aware of the expectations, he was just so unintimidated by that, and he had such a clear vision, and every the place that he came from creatively was just about honoring the original but extending the story in a truthful way, and it just made it very easy to follow that line because he drew such a clean line for all of us to follow.
Yeah, and you guys, we saw a little bit of footage in the panel today, and we learned a little bit about sort of what has been going on in the 30 years that separate these 2 films. And so, Denis, I'm curious that why do you feel, obviously the movie's called Blade Runner 2049, it takes place in the future, but like, why do you feel you needed to tell this story in this world now in 2017?
It didn't came from me. It came from Ridley Scott, an inventor that came with those ideas and the plan at the beginning. I think that it's coming now, the truth, just because there was like problem with the rights of the first movie. I think that when Ridley did the first Blade Runner, he had in mind, it was at the time it was the Blade Runner the first one came out, when it was the first Star Wars movie, the first Indiana Jones movie, the birth of those sequels, and I think Ridley had in mind to do other adventure of Rick Deckard, but he was not able to do it for different reasons, production legal reasons, and it's just that it happens that some people were able, the producer of Alcon Entertainment were able to bring the project back to the surface, and Ridley had some great ideas. So it's not me who decided to make that movie right at that period of time. I just had the chance to work on it.
Yeah, but I mean, thematically speaking, it seems like it seems like we're in a world that is environmentally desolate, and that there are great divides between people. I mean, that feels familiar to current events.
I mean, it's like definitely it's a movie that I think will say things about what is the world today. It's not necessarily when you make sci-fi, it's not about it's not interesting about what it says about the future. It's interesting about what it says about the world today. Yeah. But I cannot talk a lot about it, although I will give spoilers. That's what I'm.
Well, yeah, because otherwise Harrison Ford will yell at you. You don't want that to happen.
No, we don't want that.
Blade Runner 2049 is in theaters October 6th. I can't wait. Thanks again to the cast and director of Blade Runner. And stay tuned for more coverage from San Diego Comic-Con 2017 right here at Entertainment Weekly.